When somebody told you that you can eat whatever you wanted as long as it's in moderation, that is a lie. And in today's video, we're going to cover why that's a lie, how you can find out how much you should be eating, and how we can start defining some of these terms so you're not lost and confused and stuck in the weight loss rat race that most people are. Because eating anything in moderation that you want is a big fat lie. Okay, let me ask you a question. If you were to look at these food items here, which ones would you say are healthy foods? Which ones are good for you? Which ones would you say are like kind of in between? And which ones would you say are bad? I'll just give you a couple seconds to see which ones you think. Now, if you're looking at this, you're likely going like, well, I would say the salad, shrimp, those vegetables, peppers, and the scrambled eggs, depending on what you're talking about, might be a little bit gray. These two are kind of in the middle. Like maybe you might have put the bagel with cream cheese on there in that too. And all the other ones are not good, not healthy for you. And so you might go, well, because it's not good, bad, how do we define, or what tells us that something is healthy versus unhealthy? Because quite frankly, all of those things are totally fine. There's nothing wrong with any of them. If you were to ask somebody that's a carnivore dieter, they would say foods such as beef, pork, lamb, and poultry, along with fish and seafood, emphasize organ meat to get vitamins and minerals, eggs, carnivore, dairy products like cheese and yogurt may be good, but things that are minimally processed, that's like the shtick, right? And if you go to a vegan, what would they say? Well, a vegan would say that eating foods that are from plants only is the way to go, avoiding added sugars and excessive amounts of refined grains. Interesting. The emphasis on a balanced variety and choosing foods that are minimally processed. Again, that processed word again. Interesting. If you were to ask somebody that's keto, what would they say? A keto person would say healthy food on the keto diet avoids high carbohydrate items such as grains and most fruits, legumes, starchy vegetables. Okay, naturally unprocessed. Again, processed. Because then we got to ask yourself, well, okay, now that all those guys don't have the same definition, they all rely on one thing, though. What does processed mean? I don't even know what processed means. Do you know what processed means? And sometimes people go like, yeah, I know, but like, what is it then? It's processed. Well, processed means a way to make it either preserve or change. Preserves what it was from originally or change. That means chewing food is processing it. You are processing food in the act of chewing it. Cutting it and cooking it. Cooking food is a way of processing it. So I hope that when you're cooking chicken, that you are processing the meat, not minimally, all the way so that it stays cooked and that it's free of bacteria. Then what about churning butter? Churning milk into butter. That's processing milk. Problem. What if you're somebody who likes taking supplements? Because if you're vegan, you're going to have to take supplements. Those supplements came from somewhere. They didn't just go and pick out of different things the B12 that you need, right? It came from something. That's processed. Salting your food to preserve shelf life. That's processing. You'd be like, oh, there it is. Adding artificial things to it. It's like, yes, but that not only enriches it, which is good, putting vitamins and minerals into stuff that otherwise doesn't have it so that you can get some of it because you're not eating it in other ways, like enriched flour and things. This is a good thing. Enriching foods is a good thing. Very, very good. Okay. But salting food, a thing. Again, salt's bad. Why is it bad? Oh my gosh. Okay. If you didn't have salt, you couldn't contract your muscles. So I think it's pretty good. Okay. And then we have to ask the question, what is moderation? What does that mean? Because maybe moderation is everything balanced. Maybe moderation for you is eating less of everything. Maybe moderation for you is eating certain amounts of different things. Maybe eating more vegetables than other things and eating less fried chicken and less bagels and grain. But it's because maybe you're looking at it from a low carb standpoint. Maybe moderation for you is eating a bunch still because we don't know what moderation means. What does that mean? So, in today's video, since now we found, quite honestly, some of the things we don't even know what the hell we're talking about. And not you because you're dumb, it's just because these are just catchwords people say instead of telling you the actual numbers and math and science how to do this stuff. That's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover the 4 steps to eating what you want without gaining fat or disease. How you actually figure things out and design a nutrition plan and a weighted lifestyle for you that works. So you don't gain fat, so you don't have disease, and quite honestly, how you can lose the fat as well. Cool? First thing we're going to need is we need to eat mostly ingredients. Why is this important? Well, if you look up chicken burrito bowl from Chipotle, you get images that look like this. They actually look a lot better. I don't know why they're all grainy, but they look better a minute ago, and I'm not going to do this again. Okay, so you get pictures of like perfectly placed food, right? But if you haven't been to Chipotle recently, here's what it looks like now, okay? They just glob some shit in there, chuck it in there, and go, look, eat it, sucker. And they assume, you have to assume, that this equals this when it comes to food amounts. And that is not true, right? Right. And you might be like, well, they're ordering different stuff. The point still stands is that you go one time, you go to another time, or you go from location to location. They look drastically different. Standards are not the same. Yet you're assuming you're eating the same amount of food. That's just quite frankly not true. And so this goes the same with eating products or mixtures of things that you pre-purchase, that you do not put together. You have to assume that whatever's in there is supposedly whatever's in there in the amount that it says it is. Yet, it's probably not. Problem. And now what happens is, it might not be that big of a deal, but let's say every item that you have, that you're eating, is a product that's not being weighed, measured, and tracked, okay? And let's say you can hold it all in your head. That's cool. That's cool and cute at the same time. But let's say you're like 10 calories off each time. So 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. The line was here. You're way over here now. You're not even in the ballpark. You're in the middle of a field somewhere, which is why knowing how much food you're eating and having an ingredients only or mostly program is the way to go. Now, the next one's calories, which I alluded to. We need to know how much food you're eating. Why is this important? Well, when it comes to eating food, you have an input, which is your food, and an output, which is the activity in your body's metabolism. Metabolism defined is all metabolic processes in your body, which is your body being alive, you wiggling around, you digesting some stuff. Okay, that's what all these numbers are. If you're not sure of what calories and calories, how that stuff works, I've got a video. I'll find out. I don't know how right now, but I'll plug it in the top corner, okay, over there, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Is a much easier way to define calories in, calories out, and fat loss. I'm not going to get into that here, okay? But quickly, BMR stands for basal metabolic rate. That's what you burn at rest doing nothing. So if you laid in bed all day, I just put a random number in there. I don't know you, I don't know what your numbers are. I'm just putting numbers in there for ease of math. NEAT, non-exercise active thermogenesis. Basically, moving around, doing stuff that is not exercise, that is activity. Walking, activity, not exercise. Okay? Doing dishes, laundry, playing with your kids, dancing, standing at work, activity versus sitting down. Thermic effect of food. This is calories used breaking down food. Okay? And then eat, exercise, active thermogenesis. This is you burning calories exercising. Difference between exercising and NEAT. One is used to improve your cardiovascular fitness and strength and conditioning, or some sort of thing in between there, mobility as well. Okay, and then NEAT is you just doing stuff to be alive. Walking around at normal speed, at normal pace is not exercise. That's just what you do. Okay, it's not like going, wow, you're exercising as a baby crawling. No, that's just how they get around. Okay, now off that soapbox. If your version of moderation is 3,000 calories and your goal is to maintain weight, you're gonna get fat. What if you ate 3,000 calories of vegetables? Yep, you'd still get fat. Protein, you'd still get fat. Keto, you'd still get fat. Carnivore, vegan, all of them, you'd still get fat if you ate more calories than what you burned. Does not matter. If somebody says otherwise, they are lying to you or they don't understand science. It just doesn't work. There's no magic eating window. There's no nothing. It's literally a math problem, okay? So could you then eat all of your 2,000 calories from meat? Yes. Could you eat all of it from rice? Yes. Could you eat all from vegetables? Yes, if you wanted to. Some of these things can fit. Now, here's the problem if you were just going to eat it from just straight vegetables, which is what some people try to do. And I get vegans, not just vegetables, okay? I'm not that dumb, okay? If you were to just take your standard classic garden Kroger brand salad mix, the entire bag is 120 calories in it. So you'd have to eat 25 of those bags in order for you to hit your calorie demand for the day to maintain your weight. Now, obviously, eat less to lose it, right? But what does that even look like? That's 25 freaking pounds of salad. That's insane. So the next thing is you need some variety. You need a little bit of mix of stuff. So you can't just go, I'm just going to eat vegetables all day. No, you have to eat 25 pounds of it. It'd be insane. Okay. So the next one is protein and calories. So it has to get to this level. Why is that important? Well, because if you just did eat, let's say just ate carbohydrates, just carbohydrates. Now you'll lose fat, even if you ate at a calorie deficit, meaning you eat like 1,500 calories. Yeah, you'll lose fat, but you might gain like diabetes because you have so much sugar in your body. What if you ate just protein? Well, you would still lose fat at the same rate. We're going to assume that's true. There's a little bit of nuance with it, but it's not, for all intents and purposes, and this scope of this video, let's assume it's the same, okay? Because it's close to the same, close enough. Okay, you would likely lose fat at the same, not likely, you would lose fat at the same rate, but you might develop something like gout, where you have so much extra uric acid from breaking down protein that you're going to have some get into your joints and hurt real bad. You could do it just eating butter and fat stuff all day if you wanted to. But if you did, you likely would develop having like a bile or a gallbladder attack from having to produce so much bile in your body, and diarrhea real bad, okay? So we want to have some variety. And why is protein important? Okay. First one is the thermic effect of food, which is why there's a little bit of nuance when it comes to just eating protein, but not that much. Okay. Protein breaks down. It costs your body tons of calories to break it down. And so by eating more protein, you're able to burn more calories, which is allowing you to either eat more food or lose fat faster. Kind of why we promote a high protein diet. Second one is you need protein to keep your current muscle mass. Why is that important? Well, if you like doing stuff, like being active, that's part of it. Second one is if you have lower muscle mass, you have lower basal metabolic rate, which is why most people who don't count protein, or like, I just don't like eating it, and they come to find one day, we're like, I don't know what's going on. I was staying the same weight, but I started just, I don't know, just blowing up, and I wasn't doing anything different. What was happening is your muscle mass was going down, fat mass was going up at the same rate, and eventually, it met your basal metabolic rate, either met or your calorie consumption started going way over, in that your metabolism, the one that you don't have control over, that just kind of does what it does with what you got, that one got so low to where even eating your 1,500 calories is making you gain fat. And I would love to say that this hasn't happened before, but it happens all the time. I share with you a couple examples. 1, being vegan. 2, keto. 3, bariatric surgery. 4, Ozempic, the Mounjaro, all that stuff. Okay? They lose weight in the form, weight in the form of muscle and fat at the same time. Problem. Okay? Now, helps you stay full as well. Kind of important. So you were to tell me, Chris, if I were to eat 1,500 calories of jerky, corn, and butter, would I lose fat at the same rate as I would if I were to eat a balanced diet of all things, of all the healthy stuff? Yes. Same thing. Except we're missing one thing. Vitamins and minerals. These are things that make your body run well. Now, when we're talking just in context of weight loss, yes. Life, no. Because you need vitamins and minerals. Do you like bones? Do you like your muscles to contract? Do you like them to relax? Do you like them, I don't know, do you like being able to breathe and having oxygen going around in your body? Do you like to clot blood? Do you like your eyes to be healthy? Do you enjoy not having sores everywhere? Do you enjoy those things? Cool. You enjoy those things because of vitamins and minerals. A, D, E, K, vitamin C, iron, potassium, magnesium, sodium. Okay? And so when we're talking about these things, and the good news is if you eat just a somewhat of a balanced diet where most meals you have a vegetable source, and you have a fat source, and you have a carb source, and you have a protein source, you're likely in the modern world, in first world problem, okay, you're not going to develop a vitamin and mineral deficiency. Now, if you don't eat those things, you 100% can. You can develop a vitamin mineral deficiency. And so what some people might go is we look at this and they might eat something like this. Whereas other people, if they're in maintenance, eating this. In fat loss, it would look more so like this, to where maybe you're exchanging some foods from having fried chicken to having baked chicken breast, and having rice here to having no rice and vegetables. And in this meal, instead of having a bagel with cream cheese, you'd have lavash bread and have a little bit of a burrito, breakfast burrito here. And instead of having a mashed potatoes, you have air fried potato wedges without the butter and the corn and the butter and the milk and the cream cheese, and you would still have a little bit of pumpkin or apple pie here. That is the game. And so, in conclusion, when it comes to you finding what path you want to go down as far as nutrition goes, there is no wrong answer. However, these 4 things need to be in your nutrition plan if you want to lose weight, gain muscle, and or maintain your weight for the long term. Having one of these things out of it, besides the calories and protein, right? It's kind of, I understand it's kind of the same thing, okay? But having one of these things out of it is going to lead you to likely not having the body you want, not having the energy you want at the body you want if you get there, and or developing some sort of disease, diabetes, heart disease, gallbladder problems, gout, what have you, okay? And so with that being said, that is all I got for you today. If you found this valuable, please hit that like button, subscribe. I've got over 200 other videos on here talking about fitness, nutrition, mindset, how to do exercise properly, and it would be such an amazing thing for you to subscribe on here so that I can show videos to more people. As more people see the stuff, it helps a ton. Like and then comment if there's something you learned, or if you have any questions, I'd love to be able to answer them down below. And as always, if you're somebody looking for some coaching, wanting to get results, all you got to do is click the link in my bio, fill out that form, schedule a time for us to chat. We'll go over the program so that I can cover all the stuff here, along with how to design a fitness program and a mindset protocol for you so that you can not only lose weight, but keep it off long term. Have a great day.